Good evening, I am Adventure Argonaut, and this is Tantei Jinguji Saburo, Ashes and Diamonds, and I think this will probably be the last one. I think we're gonna finish the game now. Because earlier today, in my regular stream, I did sort of manage to find out that there are at least believed to be diamonds in the parking lot. It's possible that it's going to be found out eventually that there are no diamonds there, but it's at least Yonaguni seems to believe that's the case, and that's why he wants the parking lot. And also, we sort of convinced the widow of the chairman that to trust us and to be interested in the inheritance she received from her late husband, although I guess we are still like in the process of doing that. But I think after that we can finally join the shareholders meeting and kick Yonaguni's ass once and for all, and it's gonna be glorious, like the Klingons say. So let's see. But right now we are still heading to the widow Kinue's like to her study room or something to find something. So Kinue nodded and let me into the apartment. So this is my husband's study. I haven't been here much. The room Kinue showed me smelled of dust and books. Warm light pours in through the window. The room was so quiet it seemed time had stopped. I wish time really stopped. I looked at the clock and saw it was pointing to 1 p.m., so the meeting is opening now. The general meeting of shareholders is about to begin. I wonder if it's about to begin. Maybe it may not be too late now, but that time is this time or something. That time is that time. So unless Chairman Iwamoto's wishes are conveyed to Kinue, I will not ask her to attend the shareholders meeting. Now that we've decided, let's examine the room. Find out where the inheritance was. So Kinue-san, were the only inheritances here documents and stock certificates? Yes, but Yonaguni found. That's all that Yonaguni found for me. Where was that document? Or those documents? If there's anything that could be a clue here. Okay, so search. Search. Dun dun dun. So, all right. The bookshelf seems to contain mostly business books. Yay. Let's see if there's any difference between different shelves and stuff. Okay, this is mainly real estate related books. Okay, how about this? Is this a separate related real estate? Okay, how about this one? The bookshelf seems to contain books and documents related to work. Exciting. Okay, how about these things? The shelves contain shrine talismans, trophies, and other items. The shelves contain. Okay, same comment. I guess it's all the same stuff. Oh, no, now it's possessed. Well, let's look at the window. The curtains, the curtains. Warm light streams in through the window. How about the drawers? Oh, the drawer is locked. Somewhere in the room, maybe the key is found that fits here. Okay, that's what we have to find clearly. I open the drawer. Inside the drawer is a thin layer of dust piling up. Ooh. Inside the drawer was a card case. Oh. Inside the case was a photo I'd seen before. This is a photo taken with Iwamoto and the others while the previous wife was still alive. That photo. While looking at the photos, Kinoa muttered behind me. That he put it in a place like that is something that he always carried with him. Kinoa turned her lonely eyes to the photo. Have you seen this photo? Jinguji asks. Yeah, once before. I felt a little miserable. Le misérable. The face of the person, because I've never seen him make a face like that, I guess, be so happy. Zombos. So the Iwamoto brothers and the previous wife or the late wife feels like Kinoa has some kind of complex over it, but there was another photo in the card case. It should have the Metal Gear Solid alert sound, especially here. Kinoa looked at the photo in surprise. Oh. Photo showed a man and a woman. There's Chairman Iwamoto next to... The woman next to him must be Kinoa. So Kinoa in the photo is probably in her late 20s. Although she's calm, she seemed much younger and brighter than she is now. It's no wonder that everyone says she used to be a cheerful person. That photo. Did he carry that with him too? Kinoa looked at the photo with a slightly surprised, way at the photo, whatever. So Kinoa-san and Chairman Iwamoto. Yes. This is a photo that was taken when I was married to him. It's about 30 years ago. Why did that photo was also in the card case? Why? Is that a big surprise? Is it that surprising exactly? A little bit. I knew he cared deeply for his son and his sons and his previous wife, but so it's surprising that he had a photo of her. Kinoa was probably just as important to Chairman Iwamoto as his sons. So he carried the photo with him. But Kinoa seems unable to believe it. Search a little more. So his Iwamoto's feelings for her or something. What was inside here? There are various documents in the shelves. Ooh, what's this? When I noticed in it was a health certificate. Medical certificate says my wife and myself, they are classified by the file they are written. So the wife has Kinno's name and myself has Chairman Iwamoto's name. Apparently every year the couple gets a health checkup and I guess he received it. Since we got married, my husband told me to take it. Thanks to that, I was in good health. Only one health certificate had a sticky note attached to it. It was Kinno's medical certificate. It was 30 years old. Maybe it's that she cannot have children or something. 30 years ago, this is the second year since Kinno and her husband got married. It seems like the results weren't very good this year, or that year. I was a bit busy at the time. So that's why he wanted her to quit with the bakery. Yeah, so that's why he wanted her to quit. There's some spam bot in my chat. It's too much spam. Little bit of spam is fine, but that's too much. That's too much. Oh no, 2 bots saying the same crap. Wait, there's a million bots. Okay. Let's get back to the game then. So the bakery. So yeah, I was a little tired. So that's why she was feeling unwell. What else is included in the health certificate? Date of birth, etc. was recorded. Chairman Iwamoto's birthday is June 2nd. Kinno's birthday is April 27th. Okay. Are those gonna be relevant for some puzzle, like a password? Okay, how about these doors? Can I open them? Yeah, I opened the cupboard door. Ooh, a key. Inside was a small silver key. This key may possibly fit the lock we found earlier. Yeah. Let's go. I'm not gonna open that yet. Let's see this stuff over here first, just out of curiosity. This bookshelf has hobbies and things related to private stuff that, everything is placed there. So what sort of hobbies? Like, I don't know, building Gundams, shooting ducks, taking upskirt photos of random women at the park. The desk is cluttered with small items such as storage boxes and file cases. Ooh, another key. When you open the accessory case, it contains a round key with the head parts. Looks more like a motorbike key or something. I don't know. The key may possibly fit in the lock we found earlier. Oh, yeah. So in the center of the room is a large table. I checked underneath, but there was nothing there. But these are these separate drawers. Inside the drawer it has pens, brushes, ink, etc. Okay, how about this one? Oh, another key. Inside the drawer was a slightly rusty key. This key may be a match to the keyhole we saw earlier. Alright, so we had 3 keys. So, drawer is locked. I think it has grooves, so this one, I don't think it's this one. I think it's this one. I inserted the key I had in my hand in the keyhole. Considering the shape of the keyhole, One with the groove in the center fits should be this key. As if to confirm my thoughts, the drawer unlocked with a small noise. See, that's why I'm the detective with the big bugs. Big bugs? Big bucks, because I got the key on the first try, because I know how locks work, you know? I'm a friggin' professional. Now I can check inside the drawer. Is that a smartphone? No, this is too old for it to be a smartphone. Like, they existed probably when this was made, but they weren't common. When I opened it, immediately noticed it was a notebook. I flipped over the notebook and looked inside. This is the page titled Inheritance contained information about the inheritance. Oh, really? It wasn't about different types of Pokemon. It contained detailed descriptions of the things he left behind for the brothers Kinoue and Kobasan. If you look at this, you'll understand the contents of the inheritance. It cannot be. Is it because Yonaguni saw this he knew about Koba's inheritance? Could be, yeah. Kinoue didn't know about Koba's inheritance. Yonaguni was searching for Kinoue's heritage site and found this notebook. Yeah, makes sense. Perhaps he found that Koba's inheritance was in stocks. So he hatched a plan to set up an imposter and steal the inheritance. It all makes sense. In addition, if I may say so, he might have been in Koba's presence 2 years ago, so yeah, he might know that where he lived, sort of. Koba-san knew Yonaguni as Kyoko's lover. The previous owner of the land on which the parking structure stands is Kobayakawa Ryutaro Koba-san. So maybe Yonaguni knew at some point. It's safe to say that Yonaguni is the culprit behind Koba's captivity. It may be difficult to prove that incident. I don't want that man to take anything related to Koba-san. Sale of the parking lot. I hope I can stop the sale of that place. Yes, then stop prattling on and let's move. Feeling a bit impatient, I looked over the contents of the notebook. It contained information about the inheritance as well as its location. At Iwamoto's estate, with the word camera, it said attic. Toys in the attic, toys in the attic. The contents of Kinoue's inheritance are written as study case. Yeah, study is probably referring to this room. Case? What's that? Is it a case with the pictures? No, there's no doubt that it points to the location of the heritage site. Does the word case remind you of anything? Well, Kino shook her head and muttered as if she had just remembered something. I once gave him a file case. File case? Is of all the unsolved murders in Shinjuku from the past 20 years, I was the killer. Yeah, for private use, I have something I gave when we got married or something. Guess. So where is it now? I don't know. Never seen it in use. It was a gift 30 years ago, so I don't think it's strange that it was thrown away. File case. Is it in the hobbies section by any chance? What was in the photo I saw earlier? What was it here? No. Yeah, here. So okay, let's look at the photo. And I assumed it's the same text, but let's see. Okay, let's go back a bit because I skipped. Is there anything new? So I opened the drawer. There's thin layer dust, card case, 2 photos. So one was taken with Iwamoto and the wife while she was still alive, and the other one is with him with Kinoa shortly after they got married. And the chairman's notebook, the word case is used to indicate location of the inheritance. Of course, documents such as title deeds would not fit in a small card case. So this is not where the heritage should be. Then, yeah, is he holding the case in his hands? Is that the file case? Is the file case that he's holding in his hand the one that Kinoa gave to him? Yeah, that's when I gave it to him. So the black case. The black case. I think you can fit a lot of documents there. If there's a file case in this room, where do you think it's located? I rarely come in into this room. Yeah. Kino seemed to think for a moment before saying, a bookshelf? Sometimes like he would ask me to take documents from this room or something. The documents were stored in file cases and on the bookshelf. I looked at the bookshelf and took up almost. I looked at the bookshelf that took up almost an entire wall. It's gonna take a while to find it among all of these. So, where's the file case? The places where he kept them vary depending on the type, so he categorized them in his own way. If it contains company documents, it's in the bookshelf that contains work-related documents. It was placed in the K section, or Ka section. Ka? Other documents and books are arranged in alphabetical order, or hiraganical order, however you're gonna translate it to English. So it's a company document. Yeah, it was lined up alongside books with the names beginning with the letter Ka. Ka. It's simple, but now to think of it, I've looked at for the documents for this apartment building before. It was placed in a Sa section of the bookshelf where they keep the personal stuff like the hobbies. Sa is the Ji for home, like Jitaku. So those two kanji here means like self and home. So Ji, I guess that's what it means. Like own home. ET, phone, home, own home. Subjective words in alphabetical order classified. So that's how it works out. So, well, these are the personal files, but I'm gonna get a shirt. It's a bit chilly here. Be right back. I have returned. So, oops. Let's see. So, what does it say? The bookshelf has hobbies and stuff related to private matters. So the file case might be here. Let's try to take a closer look. I approach the bookshelf. Ooh. Looks like bookshelf contains some personal books. Okay, so of course it's a and ko sa to na ho ma yo ra n. So of course it's sa. That's what she said. Oh, okay. Now there's the which color cover. Oh, okay, the color. It should be black, right? This is black. Mr. Black. I looked at the book with a black spine on the shelf. Zombo. This is the file case that the chairman had. Huh? Wait. Or did he say it's not? Let's do a save if there's like, way to waste too much time or something. Or is it black or is it like navy blue or something? Deep green. Let's try deep green. I looked at the book on the shelf with the dark green spine. This isn't the case, okay? This is like yellow green. Is there like some official English word? Yellow, green, deep green. This is blue. This is like water, light blue, red. This is brown, I guess. Yellow, white, black. Oh, this is ash. Ash, it has to be the name of the game, Ash and Diamonds. I looked at the book with the gray spine on the shelf, so it's ash for gray. Oh, this isn't the case. Alright. How many colors do we have here? All the colors of the book. Okay, that's the last one. Then maybe it's not. Sa. Okay, let's try ko. And it's the same colors. Okay, let's try the black one. It's not this one, okay. But it's ka is included because there's ko. So this. Okay, let's try ash. I looked at the gray spine. And not that one. The deep green. No. Okay. Then naho. Boy. I was just thinking like, how could it be? Is it kinue? But no, that's in kako as well. Okay, black here. Oh, is it this one? So what I'm looking for is a black case that Kinue gave. Probably the file case should be on this level. And then I discovered something like that. Yes. Is it this? The case is different from the one in the photo, but it was quite old. It looked like it'd been handled with care and there was not a single scratch on it. This is... So she lied to me. Was it the gift from you a long time ago? See, she's dumb. Like, she's the one who implanted the idea that it should be sa. But nope, it's something different. No doubt about it, so that's the right one, okay? I can't believe he still had it. Because it means wife. It's placed in the na row. I'm not sure what's the word, like how are you supposed to read those kanji then? I guess female or woman something, woman home, I don't know. Whatever. So the books and documents are arranged in alphabetical order. This way, alright. So the company documents, just like Kava's arranged next to the first letter. Like, okay, whatever. Then the file case that Kinoa gave him had the letter Ni arranged next to the first letter. Is it like Nyobo? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's one word for wife. I'm not sure what that word is. Kinoa muttered with a somewhat sentimental look on her face and stared at the file case. He used it so carefully. The others were covered in dust. The case mentioned in the chairman's notebook is probably this file case. He looked at Kinoa's expression and felt something close to certainty. The case was locked. It seems it cannot be opened unless dialed the correct PIN number. Wait, it was April 27th was the wife's birth date, so is it 3 numbers? Let's try 327. Not 3-4, but yeah, I press 4, yeah. It's Kinoa's birthday. Good thing I'm a professional detective and I paid attention to it immediately when they told me the birthday. The pin seemed to be correct and I was able to open the case. There's an envelope there. Inside the envelope was a single note. Was this on the front tag? On the front, the tag says "Praise for Health." On the back is Kinoa's name. A date is written from a year ago. Miyama Shrine is from a very far away place. Do you know? Only the name. The shrine is famous for praying for good health. But did he go out of his way to buy it? I can't believe he would do something like that. So prayer for health. There was nothing else in the envelope, but it's probably related to documents related to the inheritance. Oh yeah, it was envelope, but it's the case probably has something else, right? If Yonaguni had also discovered the notebook, he would have been able to reach here. Even if he didn't realize that the case was the file case Kino had given to him. If we take our time and search for the room, we'll be able to figure it out. The password isn't particularly difficult either. Ah, yeah, I mean, Yonaguni would have been able to figure it out if he had the time. And if Kino herself was searching for the inheritance, uh, she would have immediately noticed the file cache she'd given him. Well, not really, because she didn't notice it either. Like, we had to find it. So the pin number is Kino's birthday. That would have been easier for them to find out than others, I guess, for her. Easier for her. Pretty much answers all my questions. So what feelings did Chairman Iwamoto have for Kinoa instilled in the inheritance? And why in the we can roughly guess why he forced Kinoa to quit the store in the past. Let's talk to her. Let's do a save. So he did this for me. Kinoa picked up the bill in the envelope and stared at it. Or the paper, whatever, the prayer stuff, I think. Its chairman Iwamoto must have been worried about this for many years. Kinoe-san's her sanity. So what was Chairman Iwamoto worried about for Kinoe? Future health, cheating, I guess, is health. Kinoe's health. This is probably why Kinoe had to undergo a health check every year. And then it's likely he was the one who forced Kinoe to quit the store. So he was worried about my health. Probably. The reason Kinoe had to quit her job was probably because of the results of the health check. So her health had been affected by her busy schedule. So if she just kept working like that, he was worried she would make herself sick. So why why did he know so much about my body? Well, it's your husband. She should be interested in your body. Chairman Iwamoto was concerned about Kinoe's health. One of the reasons, of course, was because the chairman cared deeply about Kinoe. Then, why was Chairman Iwamoto so concerned about her health? She's physically weak, her body is weak, ex-wife or the previous wife died from an illness. I guess it's probably all of them, but maybe this one because he already lost one wife. However, if it was Crusader Kings, it's sort of sometimes it's nice if your spouse happens to die because then you have an excuse to get a new one. So Chairman Iwamoto lost his previous wife to illness. That may be why Kinoe was so concerned about, or he was worried about Kinoe staying healthy. So he probably didn't want to lose a loved one to illness again. The death of his previous wife was probably a big deal for Chairman Iwamoto, so it must have been a painful event for him. When he forced me to quit the store, he didn't tell me the reason. It was because of his previous wife. At the very least, it must have been difficult to tell her the reason. So it seems he was worried about his previous wife. That's why, without giving any reason, he spoke in a one-sided manner. Then, or but, so I said to Kino while picking up the card case found earlier, Chairman Iwamoto must have regretted forcing you to quit the restaurant or the bakery. As a result, he took away Kinoe's smile. I'm sure Chairman Iwamoto was concerned about more than just Kinoe's health. I'm sure he treasured Kinoe's smile just as much. What can we do to make Kinoe smile again now that she has lost that smile? Give her some drugs? After thinking about it, Chairman Iwamoto probably left Kinoe's friends' stores, like friends' bakery, as inheritance. So he wanted her to smile as usual, or like before. But if she's gonna work, she has to take care of herself. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the meeting already. This is probably the idea behind the health prayer talisman. Baka Nahito, you idiot. You idiot. So she muttered. She rested her cheek against the charm, the talisman. It was as if she sensed her husband's feelings there. I don't know, let's look at her and point and laugh. You are dumb. Does Kino have any thoughts on this? And she stares at the talisman in the envelope. I didn't understand for a long time, she complains. I wonder if he loves me as his wife. I wonder if he was happy with me. That's why. So that's why she closed her heart. On top of it all, she lost her cherished dreams and friends because of Chairman Iwamoto's will. This is so Japanese, like, this level of like cannot communicate directly. Like, it's probably worse than Finns, and we Finns are notorious for not talking about our feelings and crap like that. So to cool your heart, or it might have been even enough to chill the heart, or her heart, but you, or no, it's darling. It means literally anata means you, but it's, I guess here it means darling, sort of. Kino had tears in her eyes. The long-standing misunderstanding about Chairman Iwamoto must be cleared up. Perhaps Chairman's feelings have finally reached Kinoe's closed heart. And so he loved his wife. Blah, blah, blah. The feelings he couldn't put into words must finally reach Kinoe. Kinoe, if you don't mind, I called out to Kinoe softly. Could you please help us realize Chairman Iwamoto's wish for Mr. Kobayakawa? That is... Come on, you're dumb. I would like you to attend the general shareholders meeting. If the actual person appears, the proxy's power will be lost. Kino eventually looked up at my words. Okay, we are there, or no? I guess it was said something about selling, so I didn't catch it
ご提
properly.
案させていただきます。
Is it like I will make a suggestion?
御社の所有する岩
So the company's multi-story parking car
所立体
park.
駐車場は設立以来
Since its establishment, it hasn't been able to
利
make
益を上げてい
profit.
るとは言えず、前期今期と赤字で
So the company posted losses in the previous and current periods, and there seems to be no prospect of it turning profits.
今後の黒字化のめども立っていないようです。売却することによ
By selling, we seek to return the profits to
り
shareholders.
利益を株主に還元することを求めます。
The chairman said he wouldn't sell the place. I oppose. It's not about the money. No, you can't sell it. No, you. I can sell. You can sell it. I agree.
先生の言った通りあの人の
So that this person's goal is the parking lot. Well, yeah.
駐車場の土地採決に入れば
Once the vote is taken, the outcome is clear.
見えている今議決
She should, stall. Stall. Take a shit on the table. Amber Heard style. Currently, the majority of voting rights are held by.
過半数を持っているのは
議長
What's this? Chairman.
ただいまの動議の
Please vote on the
採
motion
決
just
をお
now.
願いします。
Dun dun dun. Kinoa says, sorry, very sorry for interrupting your progress. I guess I will save. There's might still be something we actually have to do. Like, there's gonna be some verbal spat probably with Yonaguni. Kinoa is by my side and she bowed to the people attending the general meeting. Due to circumstances, I appointed a representative. From now on, I would like to attend as myself. I know this may seem selfish, but I would appreciate your help. Kinoa-san, Jambe. As everyone looked on, Kinoa walked straight towards Yonaguni's seat. Have you changed your mind, Iwamoto-san? Yes. More than my promise to you, I have to honor my husband's wishes. As his wife. I would like to apologize for breaking my promise. Is that so? It's unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do. I would be grateful if there was another opportunity. Yonaguni kept a smile on his face, saying that bow to Kinoe. And without looking back at anything else, Yonaguni left the room. That easy? Come on. Okay, let us punch him or something. It took 2 years to build, I guess, to hatch the plan for the parking lot. So it was an unexpected way of giving up. Maybe he still has some, ace up his sleeve. Sensei. Yoko approached me and said, as she breathed a sigh of relief, "You made it in time. I wonder what will really happen." Sorry to have kept you waiting, Jinguji said. So looks like there's no need to worry anymore. The usual sense of tension that had been there just moments before had disappeared from the shareholders' meeting. The general shareholders' meeting resumed with the participation of Kino, the largest shareholder. The sale of the multi-story car park was quickly rejected due to overwhelming opposition. So we just watched that and left the venue. Sort of anticlimactic, but okay, nice weather. But it's realistic, I guess, so can't complain too much. Like once outside the real estate agency, Yorgo stretched a little. It's been sunny since this morning. Is that so? Until now, haven't had much time to look at the sky. Yorgo smiled, her tension completely released. Sensei, would you like to have lunch now? If we hurry a little now, we might make it in time for lunch. To lunchtime. Okay, so it's some restaurant, I guess, called lunchtime. That's right. Excuse me, but there's still one thing I need to take care of. When I turned my gaze towards the shadow near Iwasho Real Estate, Yorgo looked in the direction. Our eyes were fixed on Yonaguni and the other guy. Can we get the paper for Yuto? The father's paper. I've been waiting for you, Jinguji-san. Yonaguni was calm and collected and walked towards me. Do you have time to talk? Yes. Thanks to you, more than enough. Last night I asked Yonaguni to talk to me if the plan goes awry at the shareholders meeting. Remembering that, I guess that's why he was waiting. To think that this man would so faithfully keep his promise. So, what's the story, or what do you want to talk? Like the Haru's memo. Like you got the opportunity to target the parking garage. If there is such a note, what do you think is written there, Jinguji-san? It is the location of the diamonds that were stolen 13 years ago. Yonaguni widened his eyes, like surprised, and let out a small smile. As expected. Here you go. Okay, he's surprisingly chill about all this. Yonaguni handed me a piece of paper. Note contained a simple diagram of the land for the multi-story parking garage. It was clearly written that this was where the diamonds were located. So, is this Haru's note? Well, I guess. Then I don't need it anymore, he says. I give it to you, Jinguji-san. Maybe it's no longer possible to get the multi-story parking garage. Did you really read this note and go after the diamonds? What's it about? So Yonaguni pretended to be clueless but smiled defiantly. But I don't dislike stories that make you dream. It's rewarding, isn't it? Well said. I took a small breath and looked down at the note. There's no doubt this is the note from Haru. After all, Haru must have witnessed the diamond being hidden, or diamonds being hidden 13 years ago. From that moment on, he started trying to get his hands on it, or them. Just before his death, he tried to tell the son where it was. And Yonaguni, who obtained the memo, must have used the information written there to investigate the incident that occurred 13 years ago. And then to the multi-story parking lot, he hoped to get the diamonds that are sleeping there. Dreaming, dead, not dreaming. I mean, dreaming, not dead. And with strange eons, even death may die. Even if there are no diamonds there, he won't suffer major losses because he let others pay the money. But how about now? Is he scot-free with the Tova group, the mafia? They really don't believe he had anything to do with it. Anyway, he was just focused on getting the diamonds. That's the whole picture of Yonaguni's plan. So I guess the Kobayakawa's former business partner who stole his money, I guess he just disappeared and is not relevant to the story except for the reason that he became homeless. How about DB? He didn't really do anything except, just be there as sort of emotional support for Yonaguni. So what are you gonna do with that note, Jinguji's son? He asks. Give it to the person who it should have been given to. Then I'll tell the police about the diamonds. Police? Is that okay? Yeah, they should split the diamonds, give him like one of them or something. Whoever wrote the note probably wanted to leave the diamonds to his son. It's not Haru's property. Yeah, but technically they're not anybody's property because the guy they were stole from didn't, claim them or anything or make a, theft report. So if it's related to a crime, so it's appropriate to speak to the police. I see. So is that the only piece of paper the son will receive? That's fine. There's no need to be fooled by diamonds. Even if the location of diamonds is not written, that's enough because it's valuable. Well, we'll be off. Yonaguni turned to DB, who nodded silently. Jinguji-san, the experience was a good learning experience for me. Let's see you again. Yonaguni left behind words that could be interpreted as a declaration of war, along with a fearless smile. DB left us in silence as usual. Sensei? If he didn't return the note, I was gonna pursue it further, I guess. I would have lost my temper or something. Perhaps he anticipated this and quickly handed the note. Okay, now I achieved all my goals. So if that man appears in front of me again, I will show him no mercy. I'll end it here for now. So I looked over Harusan's notes again. So in addition to the location of the diamonds, the note also contained a message for Yuto. He apologized for not being able to return to his family until the very end. It seems Haru felt that he could not return to his family unless he got money. But how did he if it was written the day he died, did he know he was about to die? However, since he came to Tokyo to work 15 years ago and injured his leg, he wasn't earning as much as he hoped. At that time, the diamonds were hidden at the construction site next to the park where he was sleeping, and they remained hidden and nobody could retrieve them. Yes, we know. Haru thought that if he could get his hands on it, he could make a lot of money. But he could go back to his family if he made a lot of money. And it was probably this feeling that led him to aim for the diamonds. Haru had always wanted to return to his family, to Yuto. So he continued to stay in the park with all his heart. At the end of the note, it said that Yuto should get the diamonds or the gems, whatever. In the end, he couldn't do anything and left Yuto with nothing. So at the very least, I want to leave this note behind. I hope this will make him happy. So Haru's final thoughts were written down. Sob. Doesn't Jinguji look like some, sort of deformed Giga Chad there? After reading Haru's note, Yuto let out a small sigh. That's stupid. I wish he hadn't worried about that and just come home earlier. Yuto muttered as if talking to the note. That was the most important thing. Really stupid. Dead. So whatever the way, Haru always thought about Yuto until the moment he died. Hi. Yes. Okay. Yuto nodded and cried with the note in his hand. Perhaps that was what he always hoped for. And Haru's feelings towards Yuto. Father's love. After 15 years, Haru finally confessed his feelings to Yuto. This is starting to sound like Crusader Kings again. So Yuto accepted it. Because Crusader Kings has lots of incest. Although not so much gay incest. Well, some people probably play like that, but I think most don't. Anyways. So we felt a deep sense of relief at that. So if you have a desire, you can connect. No matter how much time passes. Even if you leave the world. The feelings left behind for those left behind. Sometimes those thoughts may help you step into a new future, bright new world. Brave New World. So a few weeks later, when I left the office with Yoko, I bumped into Kuma-san. Oh, are you going out now? Matching outfits? Kuma-san. Or Kumano-san, I guess. I was called in for a bit. Called in. We are going to the groundbreaking ceremony in the land where the multi-story parking lot used to be. Oh, over there. I'm sure it's completely demolished. Yeah, after the diamonds were taken out. So the diamonds actually existed then. After the shareholders meeting, the multi-story parking garage was demolished by its owner, Iwasho Real Estate. So now they're gonna build their dream building there, I guess. At that time, the location mentioned in Haru's note, the location that Haru mentioned in the note, the diamonds were discovered there when the police investigated. So the diamonds that were stolen from the jeweler 13 years ago. So rumors also, it seems like the rumors that it's first 20 billion yen, it's accurate, reliable rumors. So right now, we are using the diamond to question the jeweler and the Yakuza who were responsible for the murder 13 years ago. The Yakuza admitted to being involved in a robbery at the jeweler's house that took place on the same day as the murder. And the foreign victims of the murder were used as perpetrators in the robberies. So the murder was caused by some kind of trouble related to crime. On the day of the murder, the foreigners apparently ran off with the stolen items. And Yakuza pursued them, and it seems they ended up with a murder. So the Yakuza, did they know about the diamonds? No, even though they knew the foreigners had run off with the valuables. It seems they had no idea that it was where the diamonds were hidden. So they've been lying in the dormant in the parking garage for 13 years. They really hammer home is what's 13 years ago. Yes, we know. It's the same phrase has been used so many times. But it's good that something that has been bothering me for so many years has been cleared up. The statute of limitations has already expired for the theft. Hey, the dead people can be pardoned for it. So what does the jeweler say? He says he doesn't know anything about diamonds like that. There's something shady going on there. As the rumors say, he may have converted the slush fund into diamonds. So for now, the diamonds are considered lost property. So there's no one who will come forward and claim the diamond as theirs. I can do it. Fictional diamonds are better than no diamonds. So the diamonds, it will probably be given to the finder after the storage period has expired. Oh, really? That's fair. I wasn't expecting that. In other words, Iwasho Real Estate. That's quite an extravagant story. But who would have thought that a murder from 13 years ago would end up like this again? Strange things happen. I think they should give some of that money to us because we helped them find the diamonds. More than just our basic salary. We don't know how much they are paying for us. Anyways, not at all. So, a robbery and murder 13 years ago. Yes, we know it's 13 years ago. strange combination of various intentions and coincidences led to the incident. You never know what's gonna happen in the world. Well then, Kuma-san, we're going. Sorry for keeping you. Well, see you, Jinguji-kun, Yorko-kun, see you again. So we didn't go back to celebrate the Kasumi's birthday in Bar Kasumi. Is this the band ending all along? With Kuma-san seeing us off, we started walking towards the ward office street. Then we came across Yasukuni Street and we met with a familiar face again. Oh, Jinguji-san. Misono-san, thank you. Imaizumi, it's been a while. I heard you cooperated with land speculation investigation. Well, but you were helpful at the time. So what's now? Since then, Torvagumi. Ever since Sasazuka's arrest was made public, there seems to have been internal confusion. They became confusion. The confusion mafia, that's the worst. Fuse has been demoted from his executive position and is now running around trying to raise funds to cover the money he borrowed from the fund. It's gonna be tough to fill the hole of borrowed money. Thanks to the failed attempt to buy land for multi-story parking garage, looks like their money has been returned. Well, still, it's not far off that the Tova group will fall into decline. So they're not gonna report to police that they were scammed after all. No, like that won't get them their money back, so they probably won't. It's just embarrassing. Because Sasuka and his the others, I guess meaning Airi, like will their fraud against the Torvagumi be buried in the dark without ever being revealed to the public? Like Sasuka will only be punished for the crimes of forgery and embezzlement. It seems Airi will never be a subject of police investigation again. Oh yeah, we don't really still know like what's her relationship with Yonaguni. So I wonder if one of the sequels addresses this, because there's like a million of these Jinguji games, like the first one from the 80s, and I think there was like one released just this year on the Switch or something. So we've been keeping an eye on the hostess named Airi, but haven't been able to find her. Is that so? So we probably won't see that woman anymore, a woman with her name. So yeah, she's just gonna change her name to, I don't know, Junko or something, and then walk there and they can't do anything because her name is not Airi, even though it's the same woman. A woman named Airi. I looked towards the ward office street, feeling feeling as though the scam incident was something from long ago. But that speculated land will remain a pay parking lot for a while. So when the Fuse's money ran out, we'll buy it at bargain price, Imaizumi says. Okay. So at the time, economy was good, so we should build a building. Imaizumi said this in a tone that was hard to tell if he was joking or serious, and bowed to us. Jinguji-san, if there's anything else, I'd be grateful. Well, I'll be relying on you there, okay? We passed Imaizumi and started walking again towards the ward office street. Oh, that's all the guys. All the people involved were already gathered at the groundbreaking ceremony venue. Slow, or you're late. Groundbreaking ceremony was long over. When he saw us, Iwamoto was the first to start yelling at us. Excuse me, we were on our way, but we met some people, you know. It's not that far behind. Kinoa said, as if to mediate between Iwamoto, and gave us a friendly smile. It was perfect because we were about to have a reception. So, yeah, you are some cake or something. Nice groshinsa, like is sake, is some of like spirit, like God sake. I guess it's some drink, toast probably. I don't know if it might be some like inauguration ritual thingy, I'm not sure. Okay, Kinoa skillfully handed a sake cup, so yeah, it's some sort of drink. Alcohol. Let's have a toast. Toast. Iwamoto seemed to have regained his composure and raised his glass to us. Anyway, Yoko narrowed her eyes at the completely vacant lot. The multi-level parking lot is quite moving to see this site used as the venue for the groundbreaking ceremony. Well, there are various connections, so it will be purified today. Yeah, I wonder if it will put him at ease too, talking about her husband, of course. So it was worth it to come all this way and then be cursed by my father. What? Totally. Iwamoto, and I guess it's a joke because, like, you know, now they're insulting the father instead of respecting his wishes by demolishing the place. I guess I get it. Iwamoto and Kinoa exchanged words and laughed together quite naturally. It's hard to believe that they'd ever been strangers to each other. This may be proof that various resentments within Kinoa have been resolved. The sense of relief at the sight of Iwamoto and Kinoa standing side by side. Kinoa is like going back in time. When I turned to the voice, Koba-san and Yuto were there. Yeah, said Kobayakawa-san. Konnichiwa. Jinguji and the others, you were invited. So, and Yuto as a member of Lifewood. So, Yuto says, I'm accompanying the director. Stop calling me that. First of all, it hasn't happened. We haven't done that yet. So Koba waved his hands shyly. But what's going on what's gonna happen once this building is built, right? Well, yeah. So the result of discussion between Iwasho Real Estate and Koba-san, the office building for the volunteer group Lifewood will be built on this land. Okay. It seems that Koba-san has been chosen as the director of the new office. I'm sorry to have made Iwasho go to such lengths, but it's a kind gesture. I'll try my best not to let it go to waste. Koba-san smiled brightly and happily. Speaking of favors, so Iwasho there's gonna be a like there's talk they might make a huge donation to our house. Yuto said that. Donation? Yeah, apparently diamonds were found there. That is if the diamonds were handed over to Iwasho Real Estate as lost property. Kurita-san. Thank you, Jinguji-san. Kurita nodded to me with a smile and he faced Yuto. It seems that the diamonds were something your father wanted to leave to you. I would like to give it to you in that form at least. So is he gonna get all the diamonds? That's cool. Yeah, that is if the owner doesn't come forward within 3 months. It's unlikely the real owner will come forward. If somebody was to reveal themselves as the owner, the police might investigate. So the jeweler must be keeping silent out of fear of that. So that's why the diamonds. I'm sure. Actually, I don't know if it's ever been defined whether it's one diamond or many diamonds, because it's just diamondo, and it can be plural or singular in Japanese, so sometimes it's difficult. But I've been assuming that it's like multiple diamonds. Anyways, I'm sure Yuto belonged. I guess the diamonds. Maybe it means that Yuto will donate the diamonds to Lifewood. I really appreciate it. And there's no way I could have accepted a stolen diamond in the first place, so I'm grateful for this consideration. No. I could accept stolen diamonds. In return, you will follow your father's will. Please be happy. Hi. So Yuto bowed deeply to Kurita. Okay, but where are the zombies at? After seeing Yuto off as he and Koba-san returned to the tent, Kurita gave us a mischievous smile. But I never expected I would have to be the executive of the will of the child's father. What? Okay, whatever. Ha ha ha, fate lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever, no, not November rain. So, did Mr. Kurita put in a good word for Iwasho Real Estate regarding the donation? Yes, after hearing about the memo for Jinguji-san, I made that suggestion. If it weren't for that memo, the diamonds would have turned to ashes. Oh, ashes and diamonds. The diamond is a bit ominous for Iwasho Real Estate. In that sense, it's probably appropriate. Yes, I think it's a great decision. With this, Haru's wish may have come through to the fullest extent. Haru's wish to bring happiness to Yuto through the diamond is a beautiful sight. Kurita gazed dazzled at the people chatting away. To me, the scene seems like the greatest miracle of all. That would be a crystal even more miraculous than a diamond. I'm sure the diamonds are crystalline carbon. Yes, it's only when they are firmly bound together they can shine. Hey, that sounds like fascism. The bundle together, stronger than a single twig, but all that glitters isn't diamonds. Yes. I'm sure people are the same. It will shine when it is firmly bound together. Sometimes it shines brighter than diamonds. Jinguji-san. Yes, yes, yes. Could turn to face me again. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you were able to help me. Kurita-san. Kurita smiled and held out his hand to me. So I took his hand and shook his hands firmly, showing trust in each other. I felt a bright light shine on my chest. Kurita continued to believe in me. That expectation was met. And above all, like once separated once or something. After a long time, the feelings were reunited. Then the thoughts come together. So I arrived at this scene. This brightness, brilliance. Let's go, or shall we go? Hi. Okay, that's it. Finally we are done. So this was Jinguji Saburo Haito Diamondo. I think it was a decent game. Like it's much more wholesome than I expected. I'm more jaded, so I can respect it that it's very wholesome. Like the only murder in the game was like happened long time ago, so like none of the bad guys in the game did anything that heinous, like even Yonaguni and stuff. He was a scumbag, and Airi as well, but still. Okay, the Yakuza Tova Gumi, they tried to kick Jinguji's ass and stuff, but yeah, anyway, like the game was decent. Like it has too much repetition, and like it really should have an editor or something, like cut out the excess stuff. There was too much repetition, and now I'm repeating like so many times of 13 years ago, blah 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 blah, so much of that stuff. So yeah, it's like I guess pacing problems basically in that sense, because there's already so much talking. They should make the talking to be more relevant, to move the plot a bit. But I guess the puzzles like is fairly realistic in the sense that you could almost imagine something like this happening to a real like detective. Like it's not too far out there, and it means like the problems, they are quite logical. Like there weren't really any like problems like no, that doesn't make sense, like not so much. Like even the thick-headedness of the relatives of Chairman Iwamoto, like they didn't understand about his feelings, but that's Japan. I can buy that, especially in dramas and stuff have other kinds of like stubbornness like that people don't really understand each other, like basic things, because they cannot express them openly and stuff. So realistic. But like the puzzles, the few that were actually puzzles, they made sense, and for the most part, like the interrogation sections and those made sense. Like of course the some of the questions like they ask like what's strange about the picture, and it's like is the location, the height, those are a bit like well, but for the most part I think it's like that also makes it was quite easy for the most part the game, because the problems were logical. So if you employ logic, and I'm of course a master of logic, so humble as I am, like so it wasn't that tough. Like because I was using a walkthrough, like see you in next trouble. Okay, that's silly. Sort of English, but yeah, the I used a little bit of walkthrough in the beginning of the game, but I haven't touched it in like over a week probably, because it's more difficult to find like the right passage in the walkthrough than actually. Okay, password. Let's save. Maybe I can take like a screen cap, or I'm just gonna take a picture of it with my phone as well. That's the easiest method. It's very crude, but yeah. But there's another one. I guess it's like so. I think this implies there are some like alternative endings. Okay, my detective points are 86. I think that's detective points. Yeah, detective skills. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Let's see if there's anything like extra section. Yeah, there is extra. Let's just have a brief look. I'm gonna head out. Okay, the case file. But Sensei, did you go to the trip? I don't feel like reading this right now. Okay, whatever. Yeah. And the other one was password. So I think it means like there are some sort of alternative paths, but I don't know if there's like alternative endings. But I feel like we got the best ending. I don't think it could be much better in a game like this, because I don't think this game would have any like angels coming down from heaven to give blowjobs or something to protagonist or anything. It just doesn't sound like it's within the realm of possibility. So yeah, I guess that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I guess I will end the stream here, because yeah, I don't really have anything intelligent to say. I haven't had anything intelligent to say in a while probably. But anyways, I'm glad I finished this game. Like it was a decent game, but it did outstay its welcome a little bit, and I'm happy that I can start playing something else soon. So with that, I am Adventure Argonaut, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.